Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In our previous class, we have been discussed about types of pollination and agents of pollination. In agents of pollination, it was three types. One was anemophily, another was hydrophily, and third was zoophily. So today's class, let us discuss one by one in briefly. So first, let us discuss anemophily. So anemophily means what? Anemophily means pollination take place by the agency of wind is called as anemophily. So what is the meaning of anemophily? Pollination take place by the agency of wind is called as anemophily. That means here pollination it will be take place with the help of a wind is called as anemophily. With the help of the wind, the pollen grains it will transfer from anther to the stigma of the flower. Now who is the agent here? Wind is the agent. So wind is helping to carry the pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower. So with the help of the wind. So these are all are nothing but here it is a wind. So wind it is helping to carry the pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower. So who is the agent here? Wind is the agent, and so that is we are calling it as a anemophily. So this is one mark question here. What define anemophily? So define anemophily means pollination take place by the agent of wind is called as anemophily. So in our nature we will find many different types of flowers, but maximum flowers more pollinated with the help of the wind only. Maximum flowers they are pollinated with the help of the wind only. It is more common type of pollination. That means what here means, so maximum flowers how they will get the pollination means pollination it will be take place with the help of the wind, and wind pollinated flowers they possess certain characters. The flowers which are getting pollinated by the wind, such type of flowers they contain certain characters, they possess certain characters. Now let us know which are the characters held by the wind pollinated flower, or else even we are calling it as a anemophilous flowers. The flower which will get pollinated with the wind, such type of flowers what we are calling wind pollinated flower we are calling, or else even we are calling it as a anemophilous flowers. These type of flowers they contain certain characters. So let us discuss which are the characters these type of flowers they contain. So first character is the flowers are generally small, without color, smell and nectar. So what is the first character means, the way the flowers which will get pollinated with the help of the wind, that flowers they are very small in structure, they are not big in size. The flowers they are very small in size here. This is the first character by the wind pollinated flowers. The flower size will be very small. The flower will not be in a big in condition. Flower it will be very small in condition. This is the first character of a wind pollinated flower. And this flower they doesn't have any color. Without color means they doesn't contain any color. These flowers will be in white in condition. So white color they possess here. Without color means they doesn't have any color. So flowers will be in a white in color, because here wind does not want any color to get attract here. So that's why here the flowers will be in a white in color. And even these flowers they does not possess any smell. So from the flower the smell it will not be produced. The smell is nothing but odor. So even that flower they doesn't possess any smell, and even they doesn't contain any nectar. Nectar is nothing but juicy fluid which will be present in the flower. This juicy fluid it will present in some flowers and it will be absent in some flowers. So wind pollinated flowers they doesn't contain any juicy or they doesn't contain any nectar. This is the first characters of what here means wind pollinated flowers. Flowers are generally small, without color, smell and nectar. This is the first character of the what here means wind pollinated flower. Next character, they produce us more pollen grains. Next character what here? They produce us more pollen grains. So in the anther, so they contains large number of pollen grains here. Why they contain large number of pollen grains means many pollen grains it may get wasted, because it doesn't get 100%. The wind it will go and the wind which is carrying the pollen grains 100% it will go and fall on the particular flower. It may get wasted also. It may get wasted. So that's why here these flowers they produce a large number of pollen grains here. Among that, so few it may get wasted and few it may go and fall on a particular flower. So that's why here, so they produce a large number, they produce more pollen grains means they produce a large number of pollen grains they produce. Next character, the pollen grains are light, dry and sticky. So pollen grains, what they are? The pollen grains are light. Light means the pollen grains they does not produce any light. What is the meaning of light means? These pollen grains, they are having the very less weight here. These pollen grains, what they having? The pollen grains, they are having the very less weight here. They are very light in weight here. So because their wind they have to carry, so that's why their weight should be in a less in condition. If they are heavy in condition means wind is unable to carry for them from one flower to the other flower, from one place to the other flower, another place. So that's why the pollen grains, they will be in a very, they are having very less in weight here. So that's why the pollen grains are light, and even they are in a dry in condition. So if they are in a wet in condition also, if they are in wet in condition means the wind is unable to carry for them. So that's why the pollen grain, it will be in a dry in condition. They are having the less weight, dry in condition, and even they will be in a sticky in condition. Pollen grains, how it will be? Sticky in condition. Why it is in sticky in condition means as soon as the wind it will carries the pollen grains it will go and fall on the stigma. Again from here it should not get carried away by the wind. As soon as it falls on the stigma, it should get attached to the stigma here. So that's why the pollen grains, it will be in a sticky in condition. Once it falls on the stigma means it should get attached to this stigma. So that's why pollen grains, it will be in a sticky in condition, dry in condition, light in condition. That means here light in weight. This is the characters of the pollen grain. What is the characteristics of the pollen grain? So pollen grain, they are light in condition, dry and sticky. These points you have to keep remember for especially for your NEET, and even for your board exam also they will ask mention the characters of wind pollinated flowers. So like that they may be asked here. Pollen, what is the speciality of the pollen grains means? Less in weight, dry and sticky in condition. What are the characteristics of the wind pollinated flowers? They are very small, without color, smell and nectar. So and even what he means? So pollen grains will produce in a large in number. So next character what he means? The flower possess well exposed stamens so that the pollen grains are easily carried by the wind. So next character what they are telling here? For the flowers possess well exposed stamen here. Stamen to whom we are calling? Stamen is the male part. Stamen what here? Stamen is the male part. So this is the male part. Already have been discussed in our previous classes also here. So which is the stamen? This is the complete part we are calling it as a stamen. So this stamen, it should be in exposed in condition here. If it is in hidden in condition inside the flower means, so wind is unable to carry for them. So that's why it should be present in the exposed in condition, so that the wind easily it should carry the pollen grains from one flower to the another flower. So that's why the flower what it is means, flower it should expose the stamen. When the flower it is present means, the flower it should expose the stamen, so that the wind easily it should carry this pollen grains from one flower to the other place. Suppose if it is in hidden in condition, suppose answer if it is in inside in condition means the wind is unable to carry easily. So that's why what the special character these flowers they produced means, so the flowers possess a well exposed stamen it present, so that the pollen grains easily can be carried by the wind. Next character, the stigma are large, feathery and sticky to catch the pollen grains. Next if we come to the stigma. So stigma to whom we are calling? Stigma is the female part. So already this also you have been studied in your previous class. This is the stigma. So this is the broad space which is present here. This broad one we are calling it as a stigma. This one long tube we are calling it as a style, and this one swollen part we are calling it as a ovary. Now if in the flower, this stigma it will be in large in condition. That means it will be expanded in condition here. And even this stigma they contains the feathery structure. Feathery means small hair-like structure it is present. Why the small hair-like structure it is present means, suppose if the pollen grains come and fall on this stigma means, so it should be entangled in this what here means in the feathery-like structure here. Again it should not get carried away by the wind. As soon as the pollen grain falls here means they will be entangled. They'll get entangled in between this feathery here. So that is they having the feathery like structure. Feathery is nothing but not long structure, just a small minute hair like structure it will be present on this stigma. And even this stigma is also in a sticky in condition, like we have been discussed pollen grains it will be in sticky in condition. In the same manner this stigma part is also in a sticky in condition. Why it is sticky in condition means, because once the pollen grains if it come and fall here means, so it should get attached to this stigma. stigma. So stigma is also sticky in condition, pollen grains is also sticky in condition. So when the pollen grains fall here, so both due to the sticky nature, pollen grains it will get attached to the stigma. Again the wind is unable to carry for them. So due to that one, the pollination it will be take place. It will help for the pollination. So that's why the stigma possesses this character. So stigma possesses what here? Stigma it is in large in condition, feathery, and even it will be in a sticky in condition. For what purpose? Means to catch the pollen grains. As soon as the pollen grains fall here, means it will catch that pollen grains for the purpose of pollination. Next, wind pollinated flowers often have single ovule in each ovary. Next here, the flowers which is pollinated with the help of this wind here, when they having this special character, they having only single ovule will be present. Single means what here? Only one ovule will be present. So ovule will convert into the seed. Already in first year also you have been studied here. So ovule will convert into the seed and ovary part will convert into the fruit. So this is the female part, means this expanded part we are calling it as a stigma. What we are calling? Stigma. And this one we are calling it as a style, and this one we are calling it as a ovary. Ovary will convert into the fruit, and inside the ovary what it contains? It contains the ovule. So this is the ovule, and ovule will convert into the seed. So ovule will convert into the seed, ovary will convert into the fruit, it will get converted. Now each ovary, so in each ovary, so this is one ovary, in each ovary how many ovules will be present? Only one ovule will be present. More than that it will not be present. In each ovary how many ovules will be present? Single ovule will be present. The flowers which will get pollinated with the help of the wind, so that flowers they possess this character, they contain this character. So single ovary, they contain only single ovule, that means only one seed it will get produced. And another character what here means, many flowers are aggregated to form a inflorescence. So inflorescence means in your first year you have been studied in your 5th lesson, morphology of the flowering plant. Morphology of the flowering plant. So in that here, solitary flower we have been discussed, inflorescence we have been discussed. Solitary flower means what here? Single flower here. Example here a rose. So rose it is a single flower, solitary flower. But inflorescence means a bunch of flowers we are calling it as a inflorescence. Inflorescence means what here? A bunch of flowers we are calling it as a inflorescence we are calling here. So that's why here many flowers. So plenty of flowers. What they are doing? They are aggregated here. Aggregated means what here? Combine together, join together. What is the meaning of aggregate here? Combine, join together to form a inflorescence. A bunch of flower is called as what here means inflorescence. In each flower they contain one ovary and one ovule it contains. So how many flowers are there? Many flowers are there. So that's why in one flower what it contains? Only one ovary, and inside that ovary only what it contains here? Only one ovule it is present here. So that's why, so what I mean is wind pollinated flowers often they have single ovule, and in each ovary and many flowers are aggregated to form an inflorescence. This is the other character of the wind pollinated flower. Next examples here means maize, grasses, conifers, palms, cereals. So these are all the examples for the what I mean is wind pollinated flower, wind pollinated flowers here. Now maize means what here? Bhutta. So here in the what here? Bhutta. So in that we will find the seeds we will find here. So binja. So each seed it will be converted, each seed is nothing but here one ovule, and how now plenty of seeds will be present. So that means here many flowers combine together to form a single flower, that is nothing but inflorescence we are calling. So like that later ovule will convert into the seed and ovary will convert into the what here means. So ovary will convert into the fruit. So this is the another character. Example is maize, grasses, conifers, palms, and cereals. Cereals to whom we are calling? So here rice, all these things, wheat, jawar, all these things we are calling it as a what here? Cereals we are calling. So these are all the characteristics of what here means wind pollinated flowers. In your exam they may be asked you the question, write the general characters of wind pollinated flowers or anemophilous flowers. Means you have to write all these characters from here to there, up to this much you have to write this one here. So it is also one of the important question for your exam. So 100% it will come, I can't tell you, but most probably in many question papers they have been asked this question. Characterize the characteristics of anemophilous flowers. So that is the question. So note down, easy to remember, read well this question. So next we'll move to our next topic, that is nothing but what here is hydrophily. So hydrophily means what? So hydrophily means, so pollination take place by the agency of the water is called as hydrophily. Same definition as you have been studied just now in the anemophily. Same definition, only little bit minor changes it will be present. Hydrophily means what here? Pollination take place by the agency of water is called as hydrophily we are calling. So hydro means what here? Hydro means water. The name itself it will shows here. What is the meaning of hydro? Hydro means water. That means here hydrophily means pollination if it take place with the help of the water is called as hydrophily we are calling. Now hydrophily take place in some aquatic plants. Hydrophily where it will take place means it will take place in the aquatic plants. Aquatic plants to whom we are means the plants which are living in the water. Such type of plants we are calling it as a aquatic plant we are calling. So in hydrophily where we will find here is hydrophily it will take place in the aquatic plants here because these plants are present in the water. Pollination it is taking place with the help of the water. Example for this one is Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Elode. So these are all of the examples for what here is hydrophily we are calling here. Next, even these plants also they possess certain character like wind pollinated flowers they contains here. So let us discuss one by one here. What is the first character means the plants are dioecious here. What is the first character means plants are dioecious in condition. To whom we are calling it as a dioecious means male and female where it is present in a separate manner we are calling it as a dioecious we are calling. What is the meaning of dioecious means male will be separate, female will be separate. That is the meaning of dioecious. Plants are dioecious. Plants what they are present here? Plants they are in a dioecious in condition. So this is the male, this is the female. Suppose here this is one plant here. This plant it is producing the female flower. Now this is the plant. This plant it is producing only the female flowers it is producing. Now these plants we are calling it as a dioecious plant we used to call. What is the meaning of dioecious means in one plant it contains either it contains the male or either it contains the female it present here. So that is the meaning of dioecious. Next character what means the female flowers reaches to the surface of the water by a long stalk. Suppose here this is the water surface. This is the water surface. So flower will be a female flower will be on the surface of the water. So this is the female flower. What is that? This is the female flower which is present on the surface of the water. Surface of the water means above the water it is present. And how it is present on the above the water means through this long stalk. This long stalk it will be attached to the surface. With the help of this long stalk the female flower it will be present on the surface of the water. So that's why the female flower reaches to the surface by a long stalk. So which is the long stalk? This is the long stalk. Female flower it will reaches on the surface with the help of the long stalk here. And these flowers will be in a dioecious in condition. That means in the flower either it contains the male or either it contains the female part. If both they are present in this flower means that time we are calling it as a bisexual we are calling, or hermaphrodite we are calling, or else even we are calling it as a monoecious we are calling. So in one flower both male and female part if it is present like that, see here like this. So in flower if both male and female part if it is present means then that condition we are calling it as a hermaphrodite, or even we are calling it as a what here means bisexual plants we are calling. But here dioecious means so in one flower either it contains male or either it contains a female it is present here. Next, in the same manner male flowers are released on the surface of the water. In the same manner, so on the surface of the water male flowers will also be present here. This is the female and this is the male flower. So here also the male flower will be present on the surface of the water. They will also released on the surface of the water. Now these male flowers are carried passively with the help of this water current. Water current means what here? So the waves which will be present appears in the water. So in the water we will find the waves like this. waves will be moving. So due with the help of this waves, the male flowers, it will become closer to the female flower. The male flower, it will come closer to the female flower. So due with the help of whom? With the help of this water current here. So due to that one, easily the female flower, it will float on the surface of the water and reaches towards the female flower, reaches towards the stigma, and it will help for the pollination. So that's why male flowers are carried passively by the water current, and the floating male flowers comes contact with the stigma of the female flower. Next character, if you come to the pollen grains, here also pollen grains are light in condition. Light means what here? They are having the very less weight here, so that easily should be carried with the help of the wind. And even what they contains here, this pollen grains, it is covered by the wax. Suppose this is the pollen grain, means pollen grain, it is covered by this like this with the help of a wax. Why they are covered with the wax here? Means they are present in the water. So water, due to excess of water, these pollen grains, they may get decompose here, so and it may get damage. So that's why in order to prevent all these things here, the pollen grains are covered with the help of a wax here. So that is the speciality here. Pollen grains, they are less in weight here, and even they are covered with the wax here. Next is in the same manner, if you come to the stigma here, means which is the female part, stigma, it is in a sticky but unwettable. Stigma, how it is there? Stigma, it is in a sticky in conditions. Why it is in sticky in condition? Means because as soon as the pollen grains, it will get fall on the stigma, here the pollen grain should get attached to the stigma. Again, it should not get get rid here. So that's why, so pollen grains will get easily stick to the stigma. So that's why stigma, it will be in a sticky in condition, and even it is in a unwettable condition. Though it is present in the water, so it is in a unwet in condition here. It will be in a dry in condition due to the presence of wax here. Next, last character, as the anther burst, what happens? Means pollen grains will fall upon the stigma to bring the about the pollination. So what happens? Means as the anther will get burst, pollen grains, it will be released out, and it will fall on the stigma, and pollination, it will be take place. And which plants this pollination, it will be take place? Means here example like here Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Elodea. So these are all are the aquatic plants here, where the pollination, it will be take place with the help of the water. And these type of flowers, they contain all these characters, and that's why these flowers, what we are calling, means we are calling it as a hydrophilous flowers are water pollinated flowers. In your exam, they may ask you, write the general characters of water pollinated flowers, or else even they may be ask you, write the general characters of hydrophilic flowers. So that time you have to write the answer from here to there by giving an examples of Vallisneria, Hydrilla, or else Elodea. Still many more are there which are pollinated with the help of the water. So today's class, we have been discussed the two types here. So I have two types of agent. One is anemophily, other one is the hydrophily. Both they are the abiotic components here. So that means here they are non-living thing. So we will stop here. Next is the zoophily, that we will discuss in your next class.